Hello and welcome. Just trying to get some people share this. Should have had some stuff on here. Hey, welcome. I was just trying to get some things set up. I hope everybody is doing well. If you are on, I'm trying to see. Okay, sorry. I have I have two screens going on here. But I hope everybody is having a wonderful week so far. Happy Tuesday. This is Transformational Tuesday. I'm coming to you live. Whether you are on Facebook or on not Instagram, Facebook or on YouTube, go ahead and share and invite some friends to this live so that we can have a really, really good time together. I want a bunch of people to be able to get this information because I think it helps all of us, especially in the topic that we're going to be or that I'm going to be talking about tonight. Plus, I want you guys to feel free to, chat along the way. I would love this to be a discussion. I do want to hear what you have to say, but let's make this a chat. So drop your whatever you have to say, your thoughts in the comments. Make sure that you like, love while you're on here, and don't forget to share. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and let's be friends on Facebook and Instagram too at Christyl Benford. No matter what platform you're on, it's gonna be at Christyl Benford. Okay. So I'm so excited about this particular topic. But first, let's get into some of the some get the preliminaries out of the way. So we're going to be talking about comparison today. Um, First, I should introduce myself just in case you watching the replay and you're like, who is this girl? Right. Even though you can look at my name and it says Christyl Benford, but who is she? I am Christyl Benford. I'm so glad to meet you. I am a mindset advocate. I believe that the mind is one of the most important tools that God has given us that we can literally use to shape our reality. And so there are certain things that we can do to utilize our mindset in order to achieve certain goals or achieve certain aspirations. And guess where it's going to start? It's going to start with your mind. Even if we fail, that first started in the mind too. So the mind is very important in life. It doesn't matter what stage of life you're in, it's very important. Also, I am a business owner. I am the owner of 𝐂𝐿𝐿 Creative Brand Studios. I have branded ministries, authors, speakers, all kinds of entrepreneurs. The list goes on and on and on. And I love doing that. But guess what? Even in my branding, I have to deal with a lot of mindset issues in them moving forward and launching their businesses. So you see, it doesn't matter where you are in life, the mindset is going to be extremely important. Another thing, I am a singer and songwriter. A lot of people know me as the singer and songwriter side, but I love the singing and songwriting. That is my ministry. That I think all of this is my ministry, really, but that is one of my ministries as well. And I love worship. That is that's just the bee's knees. Okay, remember people used to say that? That probably was before my time, but nonetheless, it sounds good right now. So if you haven't already, check out ChrystylBenford.com under the products, or you can go to bit.ly Christyl Benford and grab your affirmation cards. I have 30-day mindset fix affirmation cards so that we can get our minds right. And make sure I'm in the screen. Get our minds right. Here are the cards. See how many? So you get one for each day. Woo hoo hoo hoo. For each day for 30 days, you get an affirmation on the front, and on the back, you get a scripture that goes with that affirmation, and you get 30 of them. So even when you're done with the 30-day affirmation cards, then guess what? You just rinse and repeat, because God's word never dries up, right? And we need to be affirming good, positive, inspirational, uplifting things every day of our lives in order to feel empowered and be empowered in order to move forward in what God is creating us to do. Also, I have a free, here's the book too. This is not an affirmation book, but Avoiding the Self-Sabotage Trap. 10 powerful ways to stop the horror of self-sabotage. So if you need to get rid of some of those sabotaging behaviors, then honey, get that book. I'm telling you, that was birthed out of my spirit. For real. But here's the cards. The link is in the comments, and the link will also be in the description. You can go to www.affirmingpower.com. That's www.affirmingpower.com. Isn't that easy? Because we want to affirm our power, right? Okay, so, and I think that was, oh, and I do have another announcement. So I'm starting a course. Okay, it's going to be launching in April. It is going to be about dealing with mindset issues, learning how to meditate as believers, learning how to overcome obstacles and things that, and hurdles and things that hold us back. You know, we're going to be talking about all kinds of things and being given practical tools. I'll be giving practical tools. This is a group coaching call, a paid group coaching call. If you're interested, not coaching call, coaching course, sorry, because it will be a course. If you are interested, then DM me and just put course. DM me and put course. DM me and put course. Okay. And then I will set up and schedule a call with you so we can talk about the course, because I want you to get in on it. I'm only taking a very select few, up to 10 people. I'm really want to do 5, but if it goes over, I'm only going up to 10 people, and that is it. So if you're interested and you want to overcome some hurdles, you want to stop procrastinating, you want to feeling like you less than adequate, then DM me and say course if you're interested in the course that I have coming up. Also, we're going to be talking about comparison today, so you can grab your freebie at ChrystylBenford.com. It's a comparison audio chapter from my book, Avoiding the Self-Sabotage Trap. You can get in on that. It can bless your spirit. It even gives you the signs of self-sabotage, which a few of them we might be talking about tonight, but it also shows you how to fix it and overcome comparison. All right, so Saturday, it's the last announcement. Woo! Saturday, I want you all to join me at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm going to have a special guest. We're going to be talking about how to understand your teen's mindset. Yes, I said it. I don't have a teen. I was a teen at one time. We all were. But if you have a teen or even a tween between the ages of, I think it's 12, or is it 11? It's 12 and 18, or 12 and 19. If you have a child that age, join us. I'll have a person on there, Julius Benford. He's my cousin brother, but he's actually getting his master's degree in, yeah, we'll talk about all that. But he's getting his master's degree in clinical psychology. I hope I'm saying that right, but I'll give you the deets for real. I'll post it. I'll be posting it this week. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Join us. It's this Saturday, 6 p.m. right here on Facebook and YouTube. So make sure you subscribe, hit the bell icon when you're subscribing to YouTube to make sure that you're notified every time I go live or drop some good video that's going to help change your life. All right. So I think we're done now. Are we ready to get into the good? Type ready. If you're ready to get into it, put ready in the chat, honey, because we are about to dive into this topic, because I know so many people, I haven't even dealt with this, but so many people are dealing with this right now in this social media age. So put in the chat, ready. Even if you're watching this replay, Put ready, honey. Put ready. I'm ready to hear the goods. I'm ready to hear it. Well, we're going to dive into it. So today's topic we're going to be talking about. Are you ready? Well, first, let me ask you this question. Have you ever found yourself comparing yourself to others? Don't act like you haven't. Don't be saying, oh, no, I'm good. I'm always confident in myself. I never have a low moment. I never, come on, let's be honest. This is real talk. Real talk. That's what I love these lives. These lives are about real talk. Have you ever found yourself comparing your success or the lack thereof to somebody else's success? Or comparing your journey to somebody else's journey, and then you feel some kind of way about it, but you don't want to tell nobody because you feel bad for feeling the way that you feel. Well, guess what? We've all been there, and that's what we're going to talk about. The topic tonight is overcoming comparison in this social media age. Overcoming comparison in this social media age. Social media is like going crazy, okay? I mean, it was already really going crazy. Let's just be honest. It was already really going crazy, but it's really, really going crazy now. Why? Because, when COVID hit, everybody had to be quarantined. Everybody was like at home. So you have more people, billions of people now that are on social media. So you're seeing everybody's business. And of course, everybody's always going to put their best foot forward. They're going to show their best. Even if they don't have that best, they're going to make you believe that they have the best. So, we really got to dive into that as to why do we do that? Why is it a part of human nature to feel like you have to compare yourself to somebody else's stuff or to the way that they are or to their successes or whatever? Why do we feel that way? What is the psychology behind that? So first, I love to dive into some of the things that some of the things that we have, and I don't know why this is saying this. Hold on. Let's see here. Okay, I don't know what just happened, but I really like to dive into why we feel certain ways, feel the way that we do. Okay, why do we feel the way that we do? Well, first of all, let's talk about it. Let's talk about why we feel some comparison issues. And before we dive into why we feel these particular comparison issues, let's talk about what are some of the ways that we compare, or what are some of the ways that we compare ourselves to others. And this could be somebody else's journey, their success, whatever. But one of the ways is we compare ourselves to other people's success and their prosperity. That's a really big one, I think, because you're looking at the cars, the houses, you're looking at the babies and people having babies and you want a baby, or you're looking at people getting married and all these different things, their successes and their prosperity and their wins. So we sometimes have a tendency to compare ourselves to that. We really do. And what's unfortunate about it is that I know I'm gonna get ahead of myself. I'm gonna slow down. Okay, yeah. But success and prosperity are two ways that we compare ourselves to other. Another one is marriage and relationship. I mentioned that, like if somebody got married or somebody got a new boo and you lonely, you know what I mean? or somebody ain't married, is not married. You wish you were married. I mean, wish you weren't married. I mean, there's different things that we compare ourselves to, but success and prosperity is one combination. How we compare ourselves to others. Marriage and relationship is another way. Business and ministry, if you have a business or a ministry and you're looking at other people with their businesses and ministries, that's another way. Also, health and body. Oh, they got a nice body. Oh, they done lost weight. Ooh, I haven't lost weight. I gained, or all these different things. Or I like their hair. Or I like this. There's always something that we compare ourselves to when it's dealing with other people and with what other people share with us. And I know on my lives before, we've talked about comparison before in the past, but I know, one thing we have to remember is people only really show what they want us to know, what they want us to see. So don't think everything is at face, don't think everything is at face value, you really seeing what's really going on. We don't know what's going on in their marriage. We don't know what's going on in their lives. We don't know their journey, their trials. We don't know their process. We don't know any of that. We're only seeing what they are showing, and I'm not saying that when you see somebody winning, when you see somebody being blessed, I'm not saying you hoping that something is negative on the back end, or that you have ill will towards them in having that success. That's not what I'm saying. But we have a tendency to sometimes shrink in the light of other people's success. You know what I mean? Or shrink in the shadow of other people's success. So how do we identify? And I am missing some stuff. I don't know what just happened to my things, but that's all right. We are going to move forward. So we are going to identify um identify some ways, if you're having some ways for you to see if you're having comparison issues. Okay, let's identify some of the things. Number one, you feel anxiety or you feel stressed out when you're on social media. Like you scroll, I don't know if you guys saw that post that I did. I'm gonna post it again tomorrow because I don't think I put it on Facebook. But where the girl is scrolling through the feed and she like this, and you feeling some kind of way, you like, oof, and you start feeling anxious, like maybe I ain't doing enough, maybe I'm not this, maybe I'm not that. Oh Lord Jesus, oh Lord, and you just keep scrolling, getting more anxious instead of just putting the phone down, or the tablet or the iPad down. But that's one of the ways that you can identify a comparison issue, is you feel that anxiety, you feel stressed when you're on social media, and it doesn't quite feel like, relaxing. It's not that enjoyable, but you're feeling anxious. Another way that you can identify if you are dealing with comparison is you start to notice what you don't have, or you really do. You start to notice what you don't have, because like I said, everybody's showing their wins. Okay, they're showing their wins. So guess what? You start feeling some kind of way, especially if you haven't been winning lately, because everybody goes through a dry season, for real. Everybody goes through a dry season. But when you feel you haven't been winning lately, or you haven't been having a certain measure of success, because you're measuring your success and you're measuring your wins with somebody else's, then you start to feel a little bit low, which takes me to my next one. You start to feel inadequate, like you don't measure up. I think everybody has been there. If everybody's really honest with themselves, somebody at one in their lives felt like they did not feel like they measured up. They feel adequate. They didn't feel like they were talented enough, or they didn't feel like they were anointed enough, or they didn't feel like they were degreed or educated enough. So, and you just can't get into that. You know what I mean? You can't get into that. And so when you're looking at that, if you're feeling these on the inside, because a lot of times you'll feel this overwhelming sensation of feeling heavy, but might not necessarily know what this is that you're feeling while you watching all this stuff going on social media. Another one, secretly, here's the last one for this: how to identify if you might have comparison. Secretly, you feel jealous. You're a little bit jealous. Now you say with your mouth, no, if God did it for them, he could do it for me. Yeah, that's what your mouth says. But inside you be like, dude, when is it gonna be my turn? God, when is it gonna be my turn? Lord, when am I gonna get a win? When am I gonna get blessed? When am I gonna get my house? When am I gonna get my car? When is my business gonna take off? What do? La 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 la. And you go through this. These are human behaviors. So this doesn't make you some type of alien. It doesn't make you a failure. It doesn't make you whack. It doesn't make you just the absolutely worst person on the face of the earth. No, everybody has experienced this. And so we have to understand that when you go through this, there are ways that we can overcome this, because I don't think God has intended, I don't recall. Now, if y'all do, put it in the chats, because I want to know. I don't recall God ever telling somebody to compare themselves to another person. I don't recall. Have y'all recalled that? I haven't recall. I don't recall that in the word where he says, David, now compare your army to the army that Saul had. Now, Abraham, compare yourself to Lot. I don't recall God saying that. So we clearly know that comparison is not of God. Okay. We clearly know that comparison is not of God. So we really have to tap in. We really have to tap into how we feel. Feelings are everything. God allowed us to be able to have feelings because usually feelings are going to be something that is going to tell you there's something else deeper going on the inside. I'm just telling you. So pay attention to your feelings. Don't allow yourself to get sunk in. Is that the word? Dragged into don't allow yourself to get dragged into comparison to the point where you go into a spiral of depression. You go into a spiral of anxiety. You just literally lose yourself because you are not feeling like you're measuring up to other people's success. Don't allow yourself to get it because that's a ploy from the enemy. Because what that will lead you to, I'm gonna tell you the truth. What that will lead you to is either you becoming a copycat or a mimic, okay? Because you be like, well, maybe I need to be doing what they're doing. That's number one. Or number two, you're going to shrink and then you're going to feel so low in yourself that you're not going to move forward in what God is calling you to do. And these are some of the things that we need to look into. If this is resonating with you guys, put a heart, love, put it in the chat. If you've gone through comparison before, if you're going through it now, say, yes, I have. Put that in the chat. Say, yes, I have. All right. So we have. Oh yes, Kelly, absolutely. Yeah, and that's where he had his downfall. Kelly brought up the topic makes her think of Cain and Abel. Yes, because Cain was like, why he always get the favor? Why God always on his team? Why he always get the blessings? That comparison, there's nothing of God in comparison, okay? Nothing of God. Now I know that we can look at certain things in life, okay, or we can look at people and be like, oh, they are winning. I love how they did that. And we can be inspired or motivated by what people do, but we don't just, take somebody else's journey or take somebody else's win and success and then say how we don't measure up. Because if God is the God of promotion, is the God of wealth, God is the God of provision. So, yes, if He gave it to them, He can bless you, but you have to do you. You have to focus on you. So, here are some ways that we can overcome comparison. Okay. I have a few ways for you guys that we can. Okay, some of the ways that we can overcome comparison. Number one, and y'all can write down notes if you want to. I would love that. And thanks for you all that are being transparent about having not insecurity, but about having or experiencing comparison. Like I said, I know I have through life. I know I have, and I still have to check myself now. Be like, boo, that's their journey. That ain't your journey. Thank you, Kelly, for being honest. Yes, absolutely. We have to admit if there is an issue because we cannot overcome anything if we do not admit first that there is a problem. I think that's what they use in AA from what somebody told me. You cannot get help if you do not believe that there is a problem because you're going to believe, why do I need help? There's no problem. So, it's nothing wrong with admitting that there's something wrong that I need to be checked in this area and I need to be relieved of this in this area so that I can be set free. So here are some ways to overcome comparison. First, take a break. Okay, either take breaks or limit your usage on social media. That's right, I said it. Take breaks. Put your phone down. I mean, have people heard of paper and books and stuff? There's other things that you can look at. Put your phone down. Stay off of social media for a while. You're not going to get healed from something, and you're not going to be able to overcome something if you don't, or if you are not willing to let it go. You know what I mean? So take breaks from it. Take breaks from it if you need to. If you're feeling anxious every time you're on there, then take breaks or limit your usage. Number two, here's one, and I know you guys say, she always talking about this because it matters. Start using affirmations, y'all. Use your affirmations consistently, not just, look at it one day and say, oh, this is good. I feel wonderful. I feel enlightened. And then you start spiraling back into your own state of mind. You know what I mean? What affirmations are good. And I always tell people this and this is not me telling you, these are scientific facts. Affirmations are good for the mind, to help you reset the mind, to help you build the mind, to help you to cultivate a mindset that is not only going to get you through anything, but help you to achieve anything. Start using those affirmations, because those affirmations are building you in spirit, and they're building you psychologically. You know what I mean? And consciously, and then it even starts to reset the subconscious. So start using affirmations and be consistent. Even if you wrote your own, that's totally fine. You know what I mean? Even if you wrote your own, that's wonderful. But use them consistently. Look at them. Let them remind you of who God created you to be, and start using those. Number 3 is focus on your stuff. Don't focus on that stuff. I'm sure all of us have so much going on in our lives. There's a lot going on in our lives. If you like me, and probably some of the other people watching this, I have a business, I have a family, and my business is part of my ministry. This is part of my ministry. There's so many different elements of our lives that really we should not have that much time to focus on other people's stuff. So focus on your own stuff. I know that sounds like, well, dang. Yes. And if you don't have nothing going on, then that might be something that you might want to check, because there should be some progress, some elevation, some type of change that you're working towards, or even scaling up and growing. You know what I mean? There should be something that you should evolve. In order to evolve, you can't do the same thing over and over, because you're never going to grow. You're going to stay the same. There has to be some type of metamorphosis in order for there to be a change. So how does that happen? By us having these things, like stuff. And I'm not talking about busy work. I'm talking about legacy work. I'm talking about vision work. You know what I mean? We should be having things that we are working on that will leave a legacy, working on that will bless others, that will be able to help others. So we really have to really, 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 really focus on our own stuff, and make sure that we are successful, and that we're watering our own ground. You know what I mean? Instead of worrying about who's. So focus on your stuff. Work on your stuff. Whatever that is, whatever God has called you to do, whatever you are passionate about, work on that. And then number 4 is always, no matter what it looks like, even if it looks hard, even if it just drains you, even if life just drains you, always thank God for your gifts and your talents, because everyone was born with gifts and talents. Everyone. You might not can't sing or dance or play an instrument, but God has given you something that he hasn't given me, or that he hasn't given that person, or that he hasn't given this person. And even if your gift is the same gift as in a thing, like say you can play the piano, there are probably millions of people that can play the piano, but guess what? God gifted you to be able to play it the way that you play it. So whatever your gift is, even if somebody else does what you do, doesn't mean they do it like you do. So we have to really thank God. Thank God. Shift your mind from thinking about what you don't have, and thank God about what you do have, what you've been gifted with. If you bake cakes, if you create jewelry, if you do hair, if you give back massages, whatever it is, if you're good at that, that is a God-given gift. And don't let nobody tell you otherwise. Okay? I'm just going to say that. Let me throw that out there. The last one for today is write down your goals. Write down your goal. Why did I say this? Because remember that third one I said focus on your stuff. So you should be working on something To leave a legacy, you should be working on something that's going to bless others, and then in turn, it will bless. Right. It will bless you. You know. And then if we're thanking God for the gifts, then guess what? We have to utilize those gifts. You don't want to be like the man with the one talent. You don't want to do that. Where you're so busy focused on everything else and so scared that this happened or this might happen or you might fail and you might do this, you might do that, that you're not watering your stuff, like I said, but you're not taking the necessary steps to be able to work on your stuff, the necessary steps for your stuff to become the success that you see is happening in everybody else's lives. See, God has equipped us to all have the same thing, and that's the mind. Okay, that's the mind. He gives us free will. We have faith and belief. We all have the same thing. It's just how we choose to use it. So write down those goals. I know that sounds simplistic, but it really, if you're not writing it down, you're not going to get anywhere different than where you are right now, than where you've been for the last 5 years, 10 years, 30 years. You know, so we have to be mindful of that. And then when we're looking at people being blessed and when we're looking at people winning in life, we have to understand that these things, I bet you they have done. You hear Oprah, she talked about she would just affirm the scriptures, God's word. She would affirm, do affirmations. She constantly was writing. She's constantly reading. You know, and it's not just her. Anybody that's at a level of success did all of these things. So don't sell yourself short. Don't get sucked into comparison. You know what I mean? Don't do that to yourself. Instead, take the necessary steps that you need to take in order so that you can be a success. So you ain't got to worry about what nobody else is doing. Why? Because you are a success as well. Okay? Because as quiet as it's kept, if you're living a pretty good life, somebody's comparing themselves to you. And it can be an on and on and on and on going train. But don't allow yourself to get sidetracked because you're looking at somebody else's win and you're missing your own. Okay? I want to read you guys this scripture. This is from Galatians chapter 6, verse 3 through 5. It says, if anyone thinks they are something when they are not, they deceive themselves. Each one should test their own actions. And in some variations of the word, it says works. Okay, each one should test their own actions or works. Then they can take pride in themselves alone without comparing themselves to someone else. For each one should carry their own load. That's Galatians chapter 6, 3 through 5. So see, there it is. It's in the word right there. So y'all don't think I just be blowing smoke. You know, there it is in the word. You know, test your own stuff, water your own stuff, work on your own stuff. You know, don't compare yourself to others, for each one should carry their own load. Come on. All right. So look, I am so glad that you guys have joined me this evening. If you liked it, give it a love and a like. Please share this to your page. Okay, if you have a page, if you have a group, if you have some homies, some friends, your mama and them, whoever it is, make sure that you are sharing this. Make sure that you are sharing this. And don't forget, guys, I'm telling you, affirmations are everything. And I'm not saying them because I made some affirmation cards, but they are everything. Even if you write in your own or even if you get it from somewhere else. But I want you guys to grab your own copy, okay? Grab your own copy of the Mindset Fix 30-day affirmation card system. The reason why I call it a system, because if you go to affirmingpower.com, you are going to get some other things that come along with your cards for free. The cards that come along with your cards for free, plus you're going to get free shipping. Yes, that's right. I said it. I cover all the costs. You're going to get free shipping. So grab your affirmation cards. Remember, they have 30 cards. Look at that. All with the affirmations in the back. And if you do them this way, those were scriptures in the back. And if you do them this way, there we go. You get all these affirmations for 30 days. And after your 30 days is over, you just rinse and repeat. Okay? Affirmation on the front, scripture that goes with the affirmation in the back, because we know God's word is living and it's always going to produce. Okay, so affirmingpower.com, affirmingpower.com. And if you want to learn more about comparison and how to overcome it, like I said, I am having a course that is going to be starting in April. And if you are interested, if you are ready to break the boundaries, if you are ready to break the shackles of self-sabotage and all its whack and crazy behaviors that hold us back from living our optimal success and living what God has called us to do, and break the fears and the imposter syndrome and this comparison. We're going to be going over that too. And also learn how to incorporate different things like meditation God's way, and and how to create your own affirmations. All look, if you are interested in that and you're ready to move forward and you've been feeling stuck, okay, and you've gotten kind of comfortable where you are, knowing that you're made for more, then DM me and just put course. DM me course. DM me course if you are interested in signing up for the course that's coming up. It is a group coaching call, so they're live, but they will only be for you. They will not be on any other channel. It'll just be for you guys, and we'll have homework and steps and tools, practical tools to help you to overcome. Okay, so I am excited. I am excited. Kelly says she loved the cards. Yay! Thanks, Kelly. And then also y'all can grab the comparison. I have an audio chapter from my book, Avoiding the Self-Sabotage Trap. You can grab the comparison audio chapter at crystylbenford.com. That's crystylbenford.com, and you can download it for free. All you have to do is sign up for it, and then you can download it for free, and it's yours. It's really, really good. It shows you, it gives you more signs of comparison, and it gives you also how to fix them outside of what we talked about tonight. So you can go grab that. I love you guys. Don't forget to join me Saturday. I'll have my special guest on here, Julius Benford III. Yes, we have the last name because that's my cousin brother. Okay. He's actually my husband's cousin, but he's like my brother. So, but he's going to be on there. He has worked with teens for years. He has a bachelor's and he's getting his master's in clinical psychology. I know I'm probably saying that right, but like I said, I'll give you the real I'll give you his real title when I post it. But make sure you join us this Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Okay? I am so happy. Don't forget to DM me course, the word course. DM me course. And if you know somebody else might want to be interested, hey, let's invite them too. Come on, boo. Let's invite them. Yay. So I love it. I love that you guys join me. You guys rock. You're always amazing. I love doing this because you guys rock with me all the time. But I'll see you Saturday, I hope. And I think we have covered everything. If you love it, make sure to share it. If you are watching this on YouTube, please subscribe. Make sure you click the bell icon so that you will be notified every time I go live and drop something powerful that's going to change your life. If you're on Facebook, it's Christyl Benford, and you can go on and like me there. Hit the drop down next to the follow or friend so that you could be notified over there as well. And I'm Christyl Benford on every platform, and I would love to connect with you. I hope you all have a wonderful evening, a beautiful evening, and that you stay blessed, empowered, and let's level up. Come on, Christians. Let's level up. This is no time to play. God's got to work for us to do. All right, guys. I will talk to you soon. Oh, before I get off, thank you, Gregory. Gregory said the cards are the bomb. Come on through, Gregory. You better say something. Come on. People be thinking I be tooting my own horn. Toot, toot. That last two didn't come out. Toot, toot. Toot, toot. And Kelly says she loves them too. Yeah, man, I'm so excited about these cards. This is nothing but a God thing. You hear me? Nothing but a God thing, baby. Okay, that's my old. Don't get me started on my old self, Jesus. I used to like me some Snoop Dogg, but we've been delivered. I still like Snoop, I ain't gonna lie. But anyway, we're gonna move forward. We're gonna stay in the Lord. Okay, we're gonna stay in the Lord. So I love you guys. Have an awesome rest of your week. I'll see you Saturday on YouTube and Facebook Live with my guest Julius Benford, and we will be talking about the mindset, understanding the mindset of your teen. So that means if you're even your tween, if they're between 12 and 19, you're going to want to join us because he's going to give us some tips of how we can understand our teens' mindsets. All right, sounds wonderful. Okay, love you. Bye.